Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Mili reaction. Fun fact, I'm recording this the exact same day and right after I just did the reaction to Cassie Wei's performance for the Honkai Star Rail song she was a part of. So this is kind of funny that I looked at my list, saw that I was supposed to be getting to Red Dahlia, and I'm like, hey, we got Mili anyway. So I'm going to be listening to this. Isaac and my executive producers wants me to get to it, so I have to do so. And I guess without further ado, let's go! It's kind of funny already being warmed up with Cassie's voice before getting to a song. Okay, the mix is a little bit strong against her voice though. I love that switch up. That was cool. Yamato Kasai with that ripping ostinato in there. The stank on this piano part. I'll be real, I kind of lost most of Cassie's voice in here, but the instrumental's making up for it. Ooh, kind of digging into her lower register there. That was cool. I don't think I've ever heard her sing that low. Extreme dissonance on that reverb too, just everything getting all crunchy there at the end. I'm gonna have to read the lyrics to be able to fully understand what the context was here, like I said, but really beautiful. I love that instrumental especially. Okay, so I just got back from reading the lyrics. Oh, all right. I was a lot more than I expected it to be for how beautiful the song was. The instrumental was so good. The lyrics were definitely what I expect out of Mili, but also just damn, I was hoping it would be something beautiful this one time. I gotta stop getting my hopes up. So instrumentally, this song is gorgeous. I love the changes in timing. It's showing this like stress and this constant like inability to settle down. It's anxious. The whole song is beautiful. It's flowing, but at the same time, you can't tell exactly where the energy is going at any point. Where it might be headed next is a complete mystery. And that's awesome because that's kind of what the lyrics are talking about. But also it just sounds so cool. Like the specific choices of when and where. Really, Yamato Kasai outdoing himself with the piano part on this, just gorgeous all the way through. The mix was a little bit unfortunate. I know this is Miracle Milk and that's definitely not one of their newer albums where they have a little bit better production, but her voice was lost in there. It's just that underneath everything else, and especially how fire he was playing that piano part, it was definitely going to be struggling to break through without really focusing on the voice being cut through in the production. So analysis of the story. Somebody has a relationship with their doctor. I think it might, yeah, because it was like talking about like your presence makes my blood pressure rise, stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, so we got some steamy love going on here. And then of course we have the repetition of it blooms throughout the whole song, and that kind of adds to that anxiety, which is really cool as well, just kind of marrying those two things together and making the whole song feel that tension. And I'm like 100% positive that the use of the Red Dahlia for the title of this song is intentional because of the flower language meaning of the Red Dahlia, which is like love, passion, commitment, all things that usually would be stemming this sort of relationship. I just realized stemming, flower pun, did not intend for that. But point being here that that's got to be intentional, right? Like having that meaning of the flower be the title of this song, and then the song basically showing this like stressful relationship where it almost seems like they're anxious about the pregnancy to a point where I don't know if they're agreeing with it. Like, I don't know if they're on the same page here. And then when the lyrics talk about how like the doctor cuts her open again in order to actually make the birth happen because there was probably a complication, and that's a whole other bag of worms. But then it's also phrased at the end of that like there is no further development from the mother. It's basically saying goodbye to the child born because she was dying, I think. And that's a very interesting take as well. Like specifically the "Prosper, my dear Dahlia" line, it just reads like a mother saying goodbye to their child when they know they're not going to get the chance. And the following thoughts are basically like the parents' wishes, or the mother's wishes specifically, for the child to grow and be able to live their own life. Like it's basically saying, please grow, continue to develop into a person, and die as somebody you're proud to be. And that might be reading a little too far into it, but that's definitely the way it came off, with that final note of her singing and then everything after that kind of being third person in comparison. So that's very intriguing. I don't know how accurate I may be as always, but that's what I'm getting out of it. I know a lot of Mili's songs tend to be very subjective on their stories. Some of them are a little bit more blatant. This one kind of falls somewhere between, where the story is very obvious, but also the intention of the lyrics and the story beats within is a little bit more subjective. You could see it as her just kind of holding the baby and kind of wishing that for the child, but with the way that ending phrase is begun, I don't love it. I don't think that this ends in a happy, we're all together and all is well sort of way, especially with the song sounding anxious the whole way through. It almost sounds like they're constantly kind of fighting this threat that's looming around them, and we're not entirely sure what that is, and they don't give you that. But then by the end of the song, you kind of have your answer, at least in my opinion. So again, beautiful arrangement here. Yamato Kasai fucking knocking it out of the park with this one. The anxiety is perfectly encapsulated in this instrumental, and the lyrics and that repetition really solidifying that further. They really did an amazing job here. This has to be up there for one of my favorite songs of theirs on their personal works especially. It's just insanely thick. It's dense with story. It's got an amazing composition. I really have no other notes other than the mix being a little bit underwhelming for the vocal, but the rest of it sounded fantastic. So like 10 out of 10. That's great. But with that said, I'm done yapping now, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you have another Mili song you want me to get to, by all means drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you want to guarantee something, much like Isaac did for this one, you can go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships where you can guarantee something. It doesn't really matter who it's by or what it's from, if it's good or bad. None of that matters. That's why it's a guaranteed request. But if you don't want to do any of that and maybe you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!